Welcome to the Chief Architect Quick Tip. Today we'll be covering staging your design within Chief Architect. I'm going to go over staging our entryway as this design depicts, and we'll cover a couple different staging principles throughout. So let's get into Chief Architect. So first let's talk about grouping in threes. Just as our pendant light up here, we have three different hanging pendants all grouped together at different heights, creating a very distinct visual. So let's work with our furniture and group that together. We're going to drop in a rug first, creating a cohesive element. Under my user catalog, I've already made a staging folder and copied some of the items that I'll be using just to make it easy today. And first we're going to drop in our round rug. I'm going to just bring my cursor right onto my floor plan, single click, and that will drop into place. I'm going to tile vertically, so we have a couple different options when we're editing and moving our different objects. So you can see all of the windows I have open, and we'll tile vertically. And then in my plan view, I'll just select that rug and let's bring that out a little bit. Alright, now let's place our corner chair. And when you're placing objects onto a rug, you'll need to drop them in off of the rug and then move them. Just by holding down Control on your keyboard, you can then move that object onto the rug. They're occupying the same space since there's a thickness to that rug. So by holding down Control on your keyboard, that will eliminate the snapping. So we're going to rotate that chair a little bit, and then we'll drop in our side table. And again, just drop that right outside of the rug. Select it. I'm going to rotate that so we have all of our different editing handles, so you can manipulate these objects and bring them onto your design, change the width very quickly and easily. Pretty easy to stage and modify throughout your design here. And then in our corner, we're going to place some pilings. So another great option when you're staging is to manipulate the heights. So changing the heights of the different objects will also bring a different dynamic to your design and making it feel more realistic. So let's apply some different accessories onto our table. So for our accessories, I'm going to get into our bonus catalog. We have a nautical decor option here. I'm going to just open that up. Just by selecting our folder, we can see all of the different items here. So when we're placing our objects, I've been placing them in 2D, but we can also select our 3D view, select one of our objects here, bring it right onto our table, and single click to drop that into place. Once it's placed, we can also edit that in our 3D view, so let's drag that out and up a bit. And then back into our floor plan, we can then change where that's located on the table. And again, just holding down Control on your keyboard eliminates any snapping of the objects. So now let's bring in some additional items and place them underneath in our cubby area. So there's a couple more objects in our nautical that I'd like to place. So we have this glass object, and I can bring that into my 3D view, and when I try to place it in that little cubby area, I'm not able to because it's not quite sure where to locate. If I bring it up onto the top, you'll see that there's that outline and it's locating to the top, and we can just drop it in, select it, hold down Control on the keyboard and bring that down. Since this is a perspective view, I'm not quite sure if it's resting on the correct area or if it's floating. So let's get into a different camera view. I like using our wall elevation. So with our wall elevation camera, we just click and drag, and then we can get the correct perspective. So I'm just going to bring that up, And I'm going to zoom in using my scroll wheel, select the object, and just bring it down a bit. And let's drop in one more item here. I'll drop in our shell. And again, I'll just drop that in on top, select it, hold down Control on my keyboard, and bring that down. So it's great working in your different views. So you have many different options in editing and controlling the location and positioning of your objects when you're staging. Also, when you group your items closer together, it brings a more cohesive unit and creates more of a statement when they're closer together. Alright, so there's one more element to this room. I'd like to place a mirror on our wall. So I'll just select that and bring my cursor onto my wall. Single click to drop that onto our wall here. So besides just selecting and moving the object, we can also select it, and down in your editing toolbar you can open that up for specification, and we can change the height to 24, the width to 24, and you also will notice our floor to bottom. So you can change the exact dimension if you'd like to in this area as well. I'm not quite sure how far off I need, so I'm just going to select that and bring it down onto our wall. And since our wall is a little bit bigger, let's modify this a little bit. So it's great staging in Chief Architect because you don't ever buy the wrong item. You can just manipulate, change, and modify. And you can also work with the different colors and textures. Focusing on the same hue really unifies the space as well. So you can also use our material eyedropper, which will enable us to pick up a material and paint that onto our mirror frame. So within Chief Architect, we have many different library items and tools for you to stage your design and create a very lived-in effect for the different renderings and so forth that you present to your clients. Thank you for watching today's quick tip. Visit our website at chiefarchitect.com to learn more about the software and check out our training resources. If you have any questions, give us a call. Have a great day.